The intensity builds at the K. 3 games back of the wild card with 10 to play. Now one of the teams in front of them comes to town in the Texas Rangers. Irvin Santana will lead the Royals charge as the hunt for a blue October continues. It's a beautiful evening at Kauffman Stadium for this important 3-game series between the Texas Rangers and your Kansas City Royals. Hi, everybody. I'm Steve Physiak. There is an energy in the air that makes Kauffman Stadium the place to be this weekend. You have 2 teams in the thick of the wild card race. One, the Royals, who have played very well in the month of September. The other, the Texas Rangers, who have not. The Rangers are only 4-13 in the month of September, while the Royals have gone 11-6. KC also batting .280 to the Rangers .255. And you can see their team ERA almost a full run lower than Texas. Joining me, of course, tonight is Rex Hudler, and the Royals' success has always been about pitching and defense, and a lot of it has been about passion.
That's right, Fizz. Any manager that ever managed the game of baseball would love consistency in the 3 areas that Ned Yost has been gaining from. It's been fun to watch. You can't win games if you don't have pitching, especially starting pitching. And the Royals front office went out, and they took care of that. Big game, James. Ace Ventura, you got 2 aces, 1 present and 1 in the future, but also a pin to win. It's been exciting to see what they can do on that mound. And when they do make mistakes, it's fun to see the defense picking them up. Good example here. This relayed in the game. Great pick at home by Salvi. It's been outstanding to watch. Now, you got to have clutch hitting. That's the 3rd aspect of it, and it's been plenty to pass around. Lorenzo Cain, Escobar, Billy, you just name whoever. They've all contributed to this area, making it a fun, exciting team here in September. Can't wait to watch.
The man who was Mr. Clutch in the Cleveland series was Salvador Perez. He hit over 400 in the Cleveland series with a double, a triple, and 4 important RBIs. The Rangers and Royals are coming your way next.
He has never pitched against the Royals, but he is warming up as we speak right now in the visiting bullpen in right field. Joel Goldberg right by that bullpen as Perez is warming up right below me, and the Royals will get their first look at him. So much has changed since that series that ended on June 2nd. At the time, the Royals were in last place after that miserable May, and the Rangers were in first. Since then, the Royals have gone 57-41, a run differential of plus 54. The Rangers have gone 48-48, a run differential of just plus 14. Back then, Eric Hosmer's average was 265. It's now 303. And Mike Moustakas was at 186, now 235. Pedro Grifol coached his first game in that series, and the Royals happy with the effect he has had on their team. They'll be looking for pitching. Irvin Santana, most wins of any player against the Rangers since 05. We've got baseball coming up next.
The Missouri Lottery. Play Cadillac Riches Scratchers game and you could win a new Cadillac. By your Kansas City Chevy dealer, the official vehicle of the Kansas City Royals. This game is brought to you in high definition by Time Warner Cable, the official TV, internet, and home phone provider of the Kansas City Royals. And we welcome you back to the K, where the Royals have won 9 of their last 12, but Ron Washington's Rangers have the best road record in baseball at 44-34. They're still in the chase in the American League West, but their chances are dwindling the way the A's are playing. In the wild card, the Rangers and the Rays have the edge. You see where Kansas City is positioned 3 games back. If they sweep this series, well, they'll be tied with Texas, but as you say, we broadcast them one at a time.
That's right, and they play them one at a time, and that's the importance here. Especially with the Texas Rangers, they have the same deal, same thing. One pitch, one play at a time.
Kinsler, Andrus, Rios go 1-2-3. Beltre, Pierzynski, Moreland, then Soto, Murphy, and Martin. And on the hill for the Royals will be Irvin Santana, making his 31st start, a career low ERA 3.23.
That's right. In his 9 seasons, it's that royal blue he's wearing has agreed with him. Walks to strikeouts are perfect. It's beautiful. He's going to throw strikes. 155 punch-outs in a 197 and 2/3 innings is really fine. Great breaking ball. Finished guys off with a breaking ball. Sets them up with a 2-seamer. Got a pretty good changeup, too. All 3 of them. Defensively, one of the best.
barring none. I mean, they've got all kinds of guys that can contribute there. Maxwell, he's been a nice add out there in right. Hopefully he can swing that bat against the lefty. But Alex Gordon in left field, he leads the league in 15 outfield assists. And their center fielder, Lenny's Martin, he has 14. So we're going to see some pretty good arms in the outfield in this series.
Texas beat Tampa Bay last night 8-2 while the Royals had the day off. But the Rangers have lost 8 of their last 10. They split that 4-game set in St. Pete. Meantime, the Royals, as you know, took 2 of their 3 from Cleveland. And Kinsler's overall averaged .272. Irvin looking for win number 10. He has battled these Rangers over the years. And he comes inside with ball 1.
I'll say Kinsler's got 52 career at-bats off him. 352 average.
Kinsler goes center field. Kane has it measured, pulls it down for out number 1. Irvin coming off a terrific performance against Detroit where he beat the Tigers 1-0, and that was the game that ended on that great Gordon to Escobar to Perez play to catch Prince Fielder at home plate. He allowed no runs in 6 2/3 innings.
He can shut down that powerful offense. He can do the same here. It's all about location. Every starting pitcher that ever pitched will tell you that at this level. You can throw it 120 if you can. A major league hitter will hit it if it's over the middle. Got to be able to stay on the corners, keep the ball down, and execute. And Irvin knows how to do that.
Now it's Elvis Andrus. I talked to Santana after that start in Detroit, and I was really impressed with his changeup. And I said, Irvin, was that the best changeup you've had this year? And he said, as a matter of fact, the last 2 games, I really felt comfortable throwing it.
Okay, now.
Bonifacio.
Got him.
Nice play.
Wow. How about that defense there? And he tips his cap to Irvin. That was nice.
Now, I was waiting to make the call after the umpire ruled him out, but thank you for helping the umpire out.
Yes, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I love a great play, and this defense is fun. And if they'll just put a seatbelt on this chair up here, it would really help.
He tips his hat to you.
No, to Irvin. And I'll tip my cap to you for letting me interrupt.
No, I was watching the umpire at first base, Jim Wolf.
But I didn't know how he got that play off. I mean, how did he get that throw off from such a vulnerable position? It's beyond me. I didn't think he was going to throw him out because Andrus runs extremely well. What a play.
Rios ground ball. Escobar, nice big hop for the Royals shortstop. 1-2-3 for Santana in his first inning. Rex Hudler comes out with passion. So does Bonifacio. And Alex Gordon will lead things off for the Royals half of their first inning. It will be Gordon and Bonifacio and Eric Hosmer who leads the American League in multi-hit games with 57. Butler had 5 hits against Cleveland. So did Sal Perez. Lorenzo Cain back in the starting lineup, followed by Moustakas, Maxwell, and Escobar against 22-year-old left-hander Martin Perez.
Okay, he's a youngster. He has wins in 5 consecutive road starts. He'll be good. Okay, he's got a real nice stroke to his arm. He's got a really good throw. He's able to throw that ball low to mid-90s, maybe. But now he's more comfortable in the low 90s. He's got a 4-2 seam fastball. He's also got a slider, and a curve, and a change. His changeup is probably his best pitch. He's young, and he's coming off of 2 starts that weren't so good. So get him early and hurt his confidence.
We have seen Gordon ambush pitchers in the past, jumping on their first fastball, but this time he will take the fastball on the outside corner for strike 1. Gordon at 271 also leads the club in home runs and RBIs. Perez, not that tall, 6 feet, 190, 22 years old, out of Venezuela, but they signed him in 2007 for 6 figures. And this was a guy that a lot of teams were very interested in growing up in Venezuela. He was a tremendous talent, and the Rangers were able to outbid the others.
Yeah, well, he's left-handed, and he throws hard. And when you're young and you have that ability, there's going to be teams that'll be crawling out of the woodworks to get you.
He almost made the rotation out of spring training, but he broke a bone in his left forearm when he was hit by a Brad Miller line drive on March 3rd in Surprise, Arizona. Of course, the Rangers share the Royals spring training facility. Bouncing ball Kinsler. He's only made 1 error the last month, and he cleanly throws out Gordon here.
All right, defensively, it looks like this. This kid Martin, we told you about his arm. He's got a tremendous arm. Now, what could happen, though, is the way the Royals run the bases, they could bait him into trying to throw out runners and maybe miss a cutoff man or 2. And you know what happens. Speed causes mistakes. But he could get somebody, too. So this could be interesting to see this young man throw against the Royals' running offense. It's really fun to watch.
Bonifacio has 3 home runs. He's looking for his first with the Royals. You know, he was acquired after the trade deadline in August. Been more of a speed guy with KC. 4 for 14 in that Cleveland series. Tries to bunt. He had the first baseman, Mitch Moreland, back, so he decided to go that way, but flared it off over near the Royals dugout. Two balls, 2 strikes.
Watching Perez throw, you can see how short and compact his arm action is. Okay, he uses a nice little downhill plane. Although he's just 6 foot, 175, 85 pounds, he still is able to get on top of that ball and stay down. That's what he wants to do. Changeup is a pitch that he'll go to. Being young, a couple things you got to learn how to control, and that's your emotions, and also find ways to slow the game down when the game's starting to get to you. He has problems with both of those at times.
Chopper to third. It will not be played by Beltre, who's a former Gold Glover, and he knew he had to make a bang play, unable to field it cleanly.
Well, as many Gold Gloves as that guy has, you would expect him to make that play. And I've never seen him miss, because if he gloves it, Bonifacio's out. He came in and got it, just went underneath his glove.
And they're going to give Emilio a base hit.
He'll take it.
And I think this is going to be a very interesting story tonight. Bonifacio, Escobar, their speed against a young lefty like Martin Perez, and how will he pitch out of the stretch to a guy like Eric Hosmer? Throws the first pitch breaking ball for strike one.
Well, hopefully very carefully. Hosmer has been really good, 318 with 5 home runs against lefties. And speaking of stolen bases,
the Royals #1, the Rangers #2. And most of those steals for Kansas City have come in the last 6 weeks. They have had to do that, Rex, because the Royals haven't shown that much power. They're dead last in home runs. They've hit just 1 their last 6 games. And they did not hit a home run in that Texas series back in early June. Line to left field. That's a base hit. Number 178 for Eric Hosmer.
Yeah, anything out over the middle and you miss, Hosmer, as level as his swing is, and as long as that bat stays in the hitting zone, he's going to square it up and hit it somewhere. There it is, level stroke, right where he likes it.
The Royals have been jumping on their opponents a lot lately. They scored 3 in the first in their last game, victory over the Cleveland Indians. They scored 1 in the first of their Tuesday loss against Cleveland, and they open up with a 1-0 lead in Monday's triumph over the Indians.
Okay, as far as steals go, it's up to Perez to be able to get the ball home to Soto as quickly as possible to help him. But he does have a high leg kick, does Perez, so that'll take a little bit of time to get the ball there. Base stealers have been successful, 21 of 30 attempts off of Soto this year, the catcher. He's thrown out 9 of 30. He's got a pretty good arm, but you got to have help.
Well, Soto was able to shut down the Rays running game yesterday by cutting down 2 Rays in the second inning. And they say that was really instrumental to get Darvish through his performance, because Darvish was struggling early in that game against the Rays, and they said Soto helped him out dramatically. Billy Butler at 292. To second base. A double play will end the Royal threat. fans for heading over to Kansas Sampler in Lenexa for Ryan Lefevre's Gloves for Kids. They raised over $11,000, and so many of the players were there to sign autographs and say thank you. There's Rex Hudler along with Ryan, and my goodness, Jeff Montgomery was there. You guys had a blast.
Yeah, it was a special event, and great to see the fans. You know, these young, exciting Royals players, they're the ones that they came to see, and they were not disappointed. It's great to see the personalities of the players being very friendly on their off day to give of themselves.
And they had to battle a pretty good storm last night.
Yeah, but it was a great event.
Here is Adrian Beltre. And Irvin Santana misses away 2-0. He's had some problems against Beltre in his past, as Adrian has hit 5 home runs off Santana in his career. And he lines this one sharply back up the middle for the first hit. These Rangers have not played well in the month of September. We showed you that graphic at the start of the game. 4 wins, 13 losses in September, and Beltre has been struggling a bit, just hitting .220 this month. But he has always produced at Kauffman Stadium. #1 of any major leaguer with at least 150 plate appearances. Now the veteran A.J. Pierzynski shows bunt, pulls it back, takes strike 1. A.J. had 2 hits in that Rays series and 13 at bats, his average at .278. Down in the home runs after he hit 27 for the Chicago White Sox last year. And he hits that one well, center field. Kane back, looks up, plays it off the wall. Beltre is going to be waved home. Here's the throw to the plate. A wild one has to be cut off by Santana. It's 1-0 Texas.
Bonifacio makes any kind of a decent throw at home, they got him. But he really missed on the throw. He threw it so far up the third base line that Irvin Santana caught it. So that was a cookie. And it was a changeup that just hung up there. And Pierzynski thought he hit it all. And he knows good and well that you really got to get some elevation if you're going to hit one out at the K. It goes off the wall. Perfect bounce to Kane, but you can see where the throw was. And there's a slight wind blowing straight out to right field. So Pierzynski needs to do another push-up or 2.
A.J. in scoring position for Mitch Moreland. And Moreland goes after the first ball he sees. That ball is popped up, and over the shoulder is Escobar with a marvelous catch after Kane lost vision of the baseball. What a play by Esky.
Yeah, I tell you what, looked like a receiver in the end zone, and that's a tough play to make for a shortstop or any infielder going back on the ball, looking over your shoulder and Willie Mays style catching it. And that's exactly what they needed, because Escobar knew that Lorenzo Cain couldn't find it. So that was really good hustle, great awareness of where you are and where your teammate is.
This is that time of the night where the sky is almost the same color as the baseball. Here's Giovanni Soto. He's catching tonight as Pierzynski is the designated hitter. To third, Moustakas holds the runner. Accurate throw, 2 out.
Make the plays that you're supposed to make. That's all Ned Yost wants them to do. Now that play that Escobar made to help Irvin, the last hitter, you can't expect a guy to make a play like that. That was very nice.
Here is David Murphy. His batting average down at .220, Hud, and I've got to believe that he really misses players like Nelson Cruz, who has been suspended by Major League Baseball. Also Josh Hamilton and Michael Young and Mike Napoli. This is not as fearsome an offense as we've seen in years past.
Yeah, Murphy, he's been a little bit too over-aggressive, swinging out of the strike zone. Typically, that happens when you're not having the year you think you're supposed to have. You try too hard.
He has just 6 hits in his last 34 at-bats.
He's got 3 home runs, though, in his career and 32 at-bats off of Irvin.
Pierzynski checks out the outfielders. And he just waved at Alex Gordon, who waved back.
Yeah, you know, when you're at second base and you just get a small lead off the bag and you look around to check out where the guys are playing, lots of times you come into eye contact with them. And it's fun to be able to sometimes get their attention.
And I would imagine the way he was motioning his arm, pointing at Alex like, don't you dare think of throwing me out.
Yeah, he did that at first, and then he told him to wave back. He goes, you're too close. Watch him. See, he's looking right at Alex, and he's saying, back up. And look at Alex. What's he do? He says, come on. That's fun.
Barely misses outside. The count will go full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Murphy, good power, 6 straight, 10 or more home run seasons. He has 13 this year. Gordon played him perfectly, so A.J. Pierzynski did not help out Gordon at all, and Alex makes the catch. Inning for Kansas City, and he has been the Royals' Mr. Clutch of late. You can see our Toyota League leaders. 26 of his 73 RBIs have come in less than a month, and he's batting .360 with runners in scoring position, second to Miguel Cabrera of Detroit.
You know who's got the best overall average all time in the single season?
I do not.
George Brett, .469.
That's pretty unbelievable.
Yes, it is. I mean, talk about clutch. He did that in 1980.
Oh, for one season. I thought you were talking about all time.
Yeah, I think a single season.
1980, the year he hit .390. Here is Salvador Perez. And he scalds the baseball, stays hot as he lines one sharply to left field.
Now the Royals overall are hitting .264 as a team against left-handers, and they have a 21-23 record. when they have a left-handed pitcher starting the game. It's not too bad. For a while early in the season, they weren't having success off of left-handers. But as the season's gone on, they've gained confidence, and the right-handers are stepping up, including Gordon and Hosmer, hitting over 300 against lefties.
Lorenzo Cain 0 for 7 after Monday's triple. He has barely missed a couple of moments, picking up his 5th home run of the year. He hit a triple high off the center field wall on Monday. That followed a Salvador Perez triple. But his last home run was July 4th against Cleveland. Grand slam. Down in the count, 0-2.
Okay, that's 2 straight changeups. And with his quick arm stroke and his motion, he can be very deceptive. It's 2 in a row. He'll throw that changeup anytime. For a young guy to have command of that pitch, that's far advanced. It's a field pitch. It's hard to command.
Comes up and in on Cain for a 1-2 count. You wonder if that will be a setup pitch for his change.
4-seam fastball. He can't reach 95 upstairs, but he's more comfortable 2-seaming it down low, trying to sink it at low 90s.
And he'd love to get that double play that, much like he ended the first. There's a chopper towards third. Beltre bobbles the baseball. I don't think he would have had a chance at Cain, who was roaring down the first base line. So the first 2 Royals are on in number 2.
Beltre, obviously, whether they're hits or not, is not sharp as we've seen him at third. Typically, he loves to make plays like that. So maybe that's a good sign to see that he hasn't made any of these plays that have come to him. Lorenzo Cain's digging all the way, smells that knock, and he got it.
And this is one of those rare starts for Mike Moustakas against a left-hander.
He's got a 206 average with 2 home runs against southpaws.
They've been doing that a lot to him, getting the ball in on his hands where he can't extend, and he's been fouling it off.
But that's his pitch, and I'll say he missed that one. That wasn't. He can handle those pitches. It's his first time up in his first swing. That's where he wants it.
Tight, 1 ball, 1 strike. How about the outfield arms, Rex?
They're good. Especially we mentioned the kid Martin in center with 14 outfield assists. Rios, he's about average for a right fielder. Talking with some of their people, I said he's got a plus arm. They said, yeah, but he's not throwing as well as he used to. Okay, Murphy has a good arm in left for a left fielder.
Could be the second double play. They've got 1 and they've got 2.
Okay, ideally, when you see the second baseman trying to tag you, you try to avoid him and try to stay in a rundown for that guy to get there at first, but he couldn't avoid it.
Come out for the night where we salute you, the fans, for all of your loyalty and support this season of Royals baseball. Fan Appreciation Night is tomorrow versus Texas at 6:10. You can enjoy a night of games, giveaways, and great prizes. Also, the first 10,000 fans will receive a Royals blanket presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Gates will open at 4:30 for tickets. Go to Royals.com or call 1-800-6-ROYALS. KC with 2 double plays in the first 2 innings.
Okay, now Lorenzo Cain's thinking right here Kinsler's going to flip to the shortstop. So Kinsler pulled a fast one on him. Lorenzo didn't have enough time to get out of the way. If you see that second baseman coming, that's when you back up. Make it a little bit harder for him to turn to.
Or make sure he makes that flip to the shortstop.
Yeah. Or you can also slide into the runner at second base in the baseline and knock him down.
Maxwell lines it to center. That's a base hit. And the ball will get by the center fielder Martin. It's an RBI single for Justin Maxwell, tying the game at 1.
Hey, there's a nice pick-me-up right there. Had some topspin on it. Leonis Martin in center field. He came in and left his feet, tried to keep it in front of him, but he couldn't. And with 2 outs, that's not a bad effort. Maxwell at first base started slowing down a little bit, had to kick it in gear again to get to second base.
The batter is Escobar, had 2 hits, 2 RBIs on Wednesday, and the Royals win over Cleveland. And he takes strike 1. Royals would love to dent Perez's confidence. Remember, he's only 22 years old.
And coming off of his last 2 starts with an ERA over 5, and he's 0-2. I mean, you know, you want to keep his confidence down.
There's a looper to center, and it will be caught by Martin. But the Royals do tie the game on a 2-out base hit by Justin Maxwell.
And Joel Goldberg here on Futures Night as the Royals honor their top minor leaguers. And many times throughout the last few years, Christian Colon just coming off of a championship, and also young 17-year-old superstar, 17, that's right guys, Raul Mondesi Jr. And so let's start, Christian, with you. A few nights ago, you're in Pennsylvania, the AAA championship. What was that experience like for you?
It was amazing. It was an experience that I'll never forget. Chris Duarte went out there and had a perfect game through 7 innings. So it was just an amazing experience that I'll never forget, and I'll take with me.
And now you've had the chance, and you've done this before, but you're back here, you're signing the autographs, you've been out to the hospital and then visiting the kids, but now you see it in front of a close to packed house too. What do you think of this?
This is awesome. I mean, this is, you know, games that really do count, and it's crazy to see how much support and how much love that people have for this town, for this team, and the history of baseball here is great. So I just can't wait to be a part of this.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that, and I think down the road, one day we're going to see young Raul here with the team too. And I want to talk to Raul, and you're learning the English language. What is it like to be here? How much fun? What is it like to be here in Kansas City today?
Oh, well, I'm really happy to be here. When I thank Kansas City Royals to have us here. Happy.
Yeah, and it's amazing because you're just 17 years old and you played at Low A this year, but you grew up with a famous baseball dad. What was it like having Raul Mondesi, he was a star, as your dad? How important was that?
Well, that's good. Like, my father helped me a lot. Taught a lot of things, can help me in the baseball career. Like, do my job, doesn't matter what age.
Yeah, and of course he was an outfielder. You're a shortstop. Now, growing up, Dominican Republic, famous dad. Who are your favorite players?
Well, when I was a little kid, my favorite player was Jose Reyes. Everybody say like I play like him. I grew up with that.
That's a pretty good one, Jose Reyes. We've seen him. We saw him this year against Toronto. He's got that big smile, a shortstop. By the way, Christian, and you've got the bilingual thing down. How's he doing?
He's doing great. I mean, he's doing everything he needs to do. He's doing great.
Okay, for you, Christian, you're out here. You've played against a lot of these guys too. So, what's your perspective? You tell us about some of the Rangers that you've played, either different levels or whatever it might be. As we see Raul's position, Alcides Escobar make that play. Tell us about some of these guys.
Oh, it was awesome being down there and being able to just say hi to both our guys on our squad, and then seeing their guys that been called up for September. And guys that I play with in the fall league. It's always good just seeing those guys up here, and they give me a little, smile and say, "Hey, what's going on?" while you're up here. But that's going to take care of itself, and I'm just happy to be here right now, and I'm very thankful.
All right, last thing for both of you, and you've been grinding away, and you've moved up through the system. So how much closer does this dream feel to you?
I get chills when I talk about this because it feels close, and I'm going to do everything I can to not let that slip away, and I'll be here, doing my best to help this team win. Okay,
last thing, Raul. You look out here, you see all of the big leaguers. There's your guy again, and what a play! How about that at shortstop? And that'll do it, and that's how you do it. So we'll let Raul off the hook. But we may one day see Raul and Alberto Mondesi making plays like that. And Christian Colon. Great defense for the Royals. We appreciate it. Guys, congratulations. We've got more baseball coming up from Kauffman Stadium. 1-1, middle of the third.
Active at 94, Teresa spends most of her days volunteering for a different organization. On Mondays, she volunteers at Hallmark's Kaleidoscope and spends Tuesdays at the Truman Medical Center assembling blankets, gowns, and hats for newborns. Teresa also feeds breakfast to the homeless on Wednesdays and greets visitors to the Cathedral of Immaculate Conception on Thursdays. Man, Teresa, what an inspiration.
She's busier than you and me put together.
You got that right.
Way to go.
We at least had yesterday off.
Or I should say you and I.
Well, the Royals really defending well to start this game, and now Alex Gordon comes up for the second time. What a tremendous play to end the third inning by Escobar to cut down Elvis Andrus.
These guys are playing this game like it's their last. Love to see it.
Martin dots the outside corner with a fastball. Alex grounded out to second his first time up. And he'll do the same. Oh, it's bobbled by Kinsler. He still has time to throw out Alex. One down. Fans, do you want a sneak peek at the Royals 2014 season? Come to the ballpark on Sunday to get the first look at next season's baseball schedule. All fans through the gates will receive an early bird schedule and Royals team photo, courtesy of Pitcraft Printing. For tickets, go to Royals.com or call 1-800-6-ROYALS for the last regular season home game at the K.
I can't believe it's almost over. Where'd it go?
Hey, let's go to postseason.
Yeah, but I mean, it's been so fast and furious here the last couple of months, and the team's been playing so well that you look forward to coming to the ballpark every day and watching, and who knows what you're going to see. I mean, the defense makes plays like you know every night that are highlight reels. Escobar, Bonifacio tonight have really helped out Irvin Santana.
Royals have won 16 of their last 24 to stay in the race, and they always talk about winning series. Royals have won 6 of their last 8 series, and a guy who is always noted as a free swinger has certainly been more patient with KC. That's Emilio Bonifacio. Let's see if he gets in the mind of Perez, as Emilio with 27 stolen bases in 35 tries. Hosmer singled his first time up. Emilio has said, even when I'm not going to go, I want to have that young pitcher divide his attention on me and maybe make a mistake on the hitter.
I'm sure that Soto and Pierzynski, both Ranger catchers, have been schooled on Bonifacio's delayed steal. So you don't give up. You tell the infielders that when the pitcher throws the ball home, keep an extra eye on Bonifacio so he doesn't trick you.
Emilio was picked off by 2 right-handers in that Detroit series. Doug Fister got him, so did Justin Verlander. Perez with the slide step, and that ball is struck foul, and Hosmer will be down in the count 0-2.
You know, that wasn't Hosmer's pitch.
We were talking about the Royals in the second half. Well, 1977 team was outstanding, and they lost to the LCS to the Yankees. They went 51-22 after the break, and of course the World Championship team was fantastic in the second half. As a matter of fact, they opened September 12-2. But this Royals team in 2013 has been very strong in the second half, going 37-23 since the break. Bonifacio does not go. Soto was ready to fire if he tried to. And Eric Hosmer certainly much improved from last year to this. Last year he hit .232, and he is up that 71 points.
Okay. Soto's going to call a timeout and say, hey, let's not even worry about that runner Bonifacio at first base. Okay, and keep the ball in on Hosmer. Jam him and don't let him get his hands extended. That's kind of how they're trying to pitch him. It's obvious sound. That first at bat, he let one get away, and Hosmer just raked one to left field.
Yeah, he's shown tremendous power, particularly left and center field. How many balls have we seen go out to center field?
multi-hit leader in the American League.
He is not homered in 40 at-bats. And he swings and misses here and strikes out.
Five of Billy's 14 home runs have come off of lefties.
Do you think he was guessing first time up when he grounded into that double play?
Yes, he was.
Gets a first pitch off speed for strike.
Sometimes over the course of a long season, you got over 500 at bats. You're guessing on a certain pitch and you're committing. You're going to swing. And sometimes if it's not there, you top it and miss it. That's all a part of trying to face a big league pitcher and figure out what he's doing. Sometimes you are going to guess. The best hitters that ever played this game guessed, and most of the time they guessed right.
Does Perez have a better curve or slider?
They say his slider is, but if it's not working, he'll try to take something off of it and go get more depth to his curveball. So to me, he hasn't used a lot. It's this pitch coming that he's used, the changeup.
And that slider is the pitch that Mike Maddox taught him just last year in 2012. And he got a cup of coffee in the big leagues, then opened this year down at the minor leagues at Round Rock and went 5-1 with a 7.175 ERA. So they called him up, and he's been really strong. 9 wins, 5 losses. There's Maddox. They consider him one of the top pitching coaches in the game.
Yeah, Martin Perez is young, though. He's got a high ceiling, and you can teach him.
Billy tops it. Perez grabs it and throws low, but a nice scoop by Mitch Moreland, and that will do it for the Royals in the 3rd inning.
Rewind. We got to show you the defense behind Irvin. Bonifacio, nice catch, but can you throw him out? He did. It was beautiful. Tips his cap to Irvin. And how about Escobar? Looked like Dwayne Bowe in the corner of an end zone over his shoulder like that. That's what you want. Attention to detail. Just make the play no matter what the cost is. And we're seeing it so far early.
Good defense by Kansas City. They have one of the best defenses in the league. They made just 76 errors this year, almost 40 fewer than they made all last season. The batter is Alex Rios, up for the second time, grounded out to short his first time up. Big, tall, right-handed hitter who started the season with the Chicago White Sox, then traded to Texas on August 9th for Larry Garcia, an outfielder.
Rangers knew that they were going to lose Nelson Cruz to the suspension, so they went out, got a deal for Rios.
He had some terrific years with the Toronto Blue Jays, then acquired by the White Sox, had a down year and then a very good year, and then soured a bit this year and tried to check his swing on that outstanding slider and strikes out.
Really had him fooled on that one. Set him up with some good hard sinkers early and then stayed way off the plate. Rios was guessing too. You can tell whenever a guy misses that by that far, he's guessing fastball.
Now Adrian Beltre. We told you about his great success at the K. .374 average at Kauffman Stadium with 30 RBIs, and he had a tremendous series that you and I remember last September, where he hit 3 home runs, drove in 5 runs in a 4-game series at the K last year. Santana has him down 0-2. And then Bonifacio climbs the ladder as high as he could go and pulls it out of the air, robbing Beltre of a base hit.
Well, man, I'll tell you, he's showing his hops, but I like how he kind of tips his cap to Irvin. And you know what? When you're enjoying yourself and having fun, he timed it perfectly. It's all about the timing, okay? You can jump as high as you want and miss a ball as high as you can, because you didn't time it right, but that timing was perfect. And it's not easy playing at second base or shortstop, judging how hard the ball's hit. Sometimes you can be hit a changeup and you jump too soon.
Now Pierzynski, and I'm not sure if you saw Irvin Santana after Bonifacio grabbed the baseball. Irvin looked right into the Royals dugout as if to say, man, I'm living right because they're playing great D behind me. Pierzynski doubled in the only run. Hit it high off the right center field wall, and that scored Beltre in the second. Royals scored their run in the bottom half of the second and a double by Maxwell that plated Salvador Perez. He struck him out on that slider in the dirt. Perez picks it up, touches Pierzynski, a 1-2-3-4 for Irvin with a couple of Ks.
Petersburg. Bases loaded. Chris Davis, the home run machine, looks at that one, and Bruce Dreckman hearing it from the Major League home run leader. And then David Price gets this, the 5-4-3 double play from Danny Valencia. Rays lead the Orioles still 3-1. Cleveland on top of Houston 2-1 in the 6th. San Francisco and the Yankees tied at 1 apiece in the 7th. Biz?
Thank you very much, Joel. Here it's a 1-1 ball game. Royals 1 run on 5 hits. The Rangers have 1 on 2. Salvador Perez, who started the second inning with a base hit to left and scored the Royal run, will lead things off again. And he flips that one foul. He is hitting almost 400 since August 23rd, almost a month. And he doesn't get many leg hits.
No, he barrels the ball. He's got really good hands. He hits the ball where it's pitched. Sky's the limit for his future offensively.
2 young players from Venezuela, Perez at 22 and Salvador Perez at 23.
And you know what helps Salvador Perez and really a lot of the other Royals players is that they enjoy what they're doing. They love it. And they have an unbridled enthusiasm that really is contagious to the rest of them. And even the fans can tell.
Too short. Andrus throws him out. 1 down.
I mean, when Salvador grabs Joe Goldberg's microphone in pregame shows and postgame shows and just starts talking to his teammates in his broken English, which is beautiful and very hard to do, I commend them for that. You take a step out. It's not easy in a foreign country, for them, and you don't speak their language, to be comfortable speaking it, but he's just so free and easy that it's contagious and it helps the team.
And Rex, just a reminder as you enjoy a cold one, to look forward to Miller time later in this evening's game, brought to you by Miller Lite. Fouled off. Yeah, I love how Salvador Perez calls Mike Moustakas Moustaka.
Beautiful.
But they are having fun. James Shields has been to the playoffs before. He said, this is what we play for. September baseball. Things can change overnight. And the fact that the Royals have been battling so beautifully lately is what I think inspires everyone within the organization and within the city. They talked about winning series. They've won 6 of their last 8 series. And Kane chases a pitch that's a breaking ball. Perhaps that was out of the strike zone, and that is strikeout number 2 for Martin Perez.
Okay, nice secondary pitch. Staying with his changeups. And he's throwing changeups to left-handed batters and right-handed batters. Obviously, that's his most comfortable pitch, especially when he gets ahead.
Moose hit into a double play in that second inning, but Maxwell followed with the double that gave the Royals the 1-1 score. Perez's next pitch will be his 60th.
Okay, watching. Look at Soto. He's saying, you know what? I want it down. And he got it down.
Moose has missed a couple that have been in his wheelhouse. A little bit low, 1-2, but the young Perez has been ahead of most every single Royal. He's been able to get strike 1 across, and then he'll allow them to get back in the count. Just a little more than half of his pitches have been strikes.
Yeah, watching him for the first time, he's got some deception. Because, he's got some hand speed in there, too. He's mixing in a little bit of hand speed, and he's coming across with his arm really quick And then that changeup makes it deceptive because he's moving forward so quickly.
After jumping in front of Mike Moustakas 0-2, he's now run the count full to 3-2. He's walked one Royal. That was Boniface, who was left stranded in the third.
Okay, you know Moose wants to hit right here. So Soto is probably going to think, well, we don't want to give him a cookie here, 3-2. Let's try to locate something away. Maybe they'll throw an off-speed pitch.
He walked him.
Okay, that's an excellent take there.
And Mike Maddox will come out and visit with Martin Perez. And Rex, you were talking about that. They decided to go with a breaking ball on a 3-2 count rather than a fastball.
Right. But I'm going to tell you what, Mike Maddox is not going to talk about that. He's going to talk about this hitter here. Whatever happened is over. They're going to be always thinking ahead here. And Maxwell hit a line drive right up the middle his last time up. So they're talking about Maxwell, what they want to do here. Not worry about Moose.
Hey, fans and parents, you can sign your kids up for Slugger's Blue Crew, brought to you by the Learning Quest 529 Education Savings Program. Members receive a gray batting practice jersey, Royals hat, blue wristbands, priority access for the Sunday Fun Run, and much more. Membership has been reduced to $15 for an end-of-the-year sale. Be a part of the fun by joining at Royals.com/Blue Crew. Get ready for spring training. You'll be surprised how quickly it gets here.
I got a half smile on my face by you just saying that, because spring training is really fun. But let's enjoy what we got right here.
Justin Maxwell. Takes a high fastball, and it is 2 balls and no strikes. Four of his 6 home runs have come with the Royals, acquired at the trade deadline from the Houston Astros. In there, 2-1. Maxwell belts it down the right field line, but it is curling and going foul, so they'll try it again at 2-2. And a lot of times teams will hold back a talented young arm like Martin Perez. He threw 36 innings in the minor leagues earlier this year, and he's thrown almost 110 in the big leagues. Threw 92 pitches in his last start. That was a loss to the Oakland A's. Gave up 3 runs in 6 1/3. Three and 2. So the Royals this time get to send Moustakas.
Okay, looking for your pitch out over the plate here. Anything else? Do your best to lay off of it. See if you can get a little 2-out rally. Get him in trouble. Okay, he's out in front of that a little bit. Good swing. The ball was elevated.
Ball 4, so back-to-back walks to Moustakas and Maxwell.
Okay, they were both on 3-2 pitches too. So Perez not really wanting to give in and throw a fastball down the middle, 3-2. Although the previous pitch to Maxwell was a sinking fastball, he elected not to do it there.
It's unusual for Perez to walk 3 against an aggressive team like Kansas City. He had walked only 30 in 106 in the third innings prior to tonight.
Escobar hit a nice line drive on the screws of the center fielder last time up. Moose can try to get a big secondary lead. That's the lead after the pitch.
Strike one.
You got arms out there, we talked about it, and they're playing fairly shallow for Escobar, not respecting any pop at all. They're playing to try to throw out Moose on a base hit. Martin, the center fielder, is really shallow.
Now Escobar down in the count 0-2. So the speed of the trail runner, Justin Maxwell, is very good. So if Escobar does gab one, the Royals could score two.
Yeah, and as shallow as those outfielders are, it'd be hard for him to get to it. But with two strikes here, I think Escobar's just going to try to protect.
Right center field, Martin racing back. He will get there.
He almost got it. Good focus by Martin.
Foods and their Bacon a Difference charity concert. All tickets are $10 with all proceeds benefiting harvesters. Go to baconadifference.com. And that's the Eli Young Band. They're extremely talented. And so is our Sprint Unlimited Answers question. What is the most impressive stat this year? Hosmer's multi-hit games, Perez with runners in scoring position, Hollins saves, our Hochaver 176 as a reliever. Text 432-432 and enter A, B, C, or D.
They're all impressive. However, Holland, what he's doing with the greatest closer of all time, Mariano Rivera, leaving the league, that makes our guy Holland the king.
And with Jeff Montgomery, who's the Royals' greatest closer of all time, saying this season by Holland is the best ever by a Royals closer. Impressive words.
And
carries a lot of weight.
Yeah, he's not done either. He got some season to go.
2 away from tying the record. Here is Mitch Moreland, who was robbed of a hit on a tremendous over-the-shoulder catch by Alcides Escobar in shallow center field. And that was right after he recognized that his center fielder Lorenzo Cain couldn't find the baseball in the twilight. Moreland swings and misses at the changeup.
Moreland's a dead pull hitter. Looks for any mistakes out over the plate. He tries to yank. Irvin, he's 10th in the league in home runs given up, 25, 11 to lefties, 14 to righties.
second base. Bonifacio throws him out, and there's one down to open the fifth inning. Irvin Santana, as we take a look at the Time Warner pitch speed, Martin Perez is topped out at 95, and Santana just a little below. Irvin Santana's from the San Cristobal area, and Joel Goldberg was talking with 17-year-old Raul Mondesi, whose dad grew up in very close to San Cristobal. And you got to think they must have something in the water there, because Jose Rio, great arm, Jose Guillen, Ruben Mateo, Raul Mondesi, Ubaldo Jimenez, all from that area. Those are some great arms.
It was fun to play against Raul Mondesi Sr.
Didn't he have a cannon?
Yeah, he did. He had a literal tattoo of a cannon.
That's right, he did.
On his right shoulder. And I would always ask him to let me see it, and he would roll up his sleeve.
Soto swings and misses. I remember seeing Raul's dad throw a runner out from rather deep right field, trying to advance from second to third base on the fly. The throw did not hit dirt. Just barely outside, evening the count at 2-2. Soto with a 7-game hit streak, and during that time he is 9 for 22 with a couple of home runs. Irvin has not walked a Ranger yet. To left field, Alex Gordon will pull it down for out number 2.
Hey, you know, that's what you do. Sometimes you challenge a guy, especially if he's hitting down in your order. Instead of walking him, make him earn it. You're going to take a chance whether he gets a hit or not. Doesn't want to walk anybody, so he put it on the outer half. If he puts it on the inner half or out over the middle, he might have hit that over Gordon's head. So he executed a very nice pitch.
Here is David Murphy, who lined out to Gordon his first time up. Just 9 games to go after this one. Royals one of 6 teams battling for 2 wild card spots, and right now the Rangers and Rays have the edge. Santana, though, has the edge on Murphy, has him down 0-2. Ooh, where did he miss there?
Okay, during Santana's years as an Angel pitcher, you know, there's been some differences watching him then and then now. And now he's much more polished. He's quicker in between pitches.
Good point.
Yeah, his body language is so much improved since his early days with the Angels. And that's made a big difference for him. If the pitches are still there, he still has velocity, maybe not as consistently, but he can hit 94, 95. But it's the other little things that he's really worked on that's made him better.
That is into right field, and it will bang around. Maxwell's able to cut it off and fire to second base, but by that time Murphy's standing there with a double.
Okay, Murphy stayed with that breaking ball nicely. 25th double. Okay, he kind of waits just a little bit. It looked like it was either it was a slider that didn't break or a changeup, but it stayed up.
Now Santana must deal with the talented young newcomer Leonis Martin. He's 25 years old, out of Cuba. He's been pretty much their everyday center fielder this year. He goes after the first pitch and fouls it off, strike 1. Martin had been in a major slump, just 2 for 22, then broke out of it with 4 extra base hits his last 2 starts. Murphy with the 2-out double. Broke his bat, and Santana had to avoid, and then he'll lose the grip on the baseball.
Ooh, man.
And that bat pinwheeled just past his head.
It's amazing that he caught the ball, because he obviously saw the bat head came before the baseball, so he's able to move his head out of the way. But then he somehow gloved it and trying to regain his composure and throw it to first, and he missed the transfer. But what's bat head? Bat head went there before the ball, slipped, stayed with it, and then couldn't hold on. Good time for a little team meeting there. Let him regroup, because that could have been ugly.
And Rex, it appears to be more the maple bats than the ash bats.
Yeah, but Major League Baseball has done a lot of work on those maple bats to let these hitters know where the grain is and where to hold the bat. So we don't see as many of those as we have in the past. We have a little circle on there that shows the hitter where to line up the grain.
Dangerous batter at the plate in the veteran Kinsler. A speed guy at first base in Martin, who's stolen 32 this year.
You can see the grain on an ash bat. Maple, you can't see the grain.
Do you just trust the trademark?
No. Major League Baseball went ahead and tested every maple bat that's given to a major league hitter, and they put a little circle dot on it. And that tells the hitter what side to use.
Kinsler with 66 RBIs. Santana chases Martin back.
Kind of looked like Martin was thinking about going to second base there. Almost caught him leaning.
In there. Well, Mr. Martin, you're now on your own. Royals have more options than the Rangers. They could pitch out on an 0-2 count. So I'm guessing he'll stay put right here, and Santana will go after Kinsler. Close.
Okay, you can see where Salvador Perez is set now. That's exactly where he wants to throw it, and you can see here he got back in safely. Watch Salvador. Off the plate. Perfect. Stay right there. 0-2, you don't want to give him anything too good. Got a chance to expand the zone a little bit on it. Make him swing and miss on your pitch, not his. Got a few extra pitches here. He's still ahead.
Runner goes, pitch taken in the dirt, and Martin will have his 33rd steal this year.
Let him go. Salvi didn't even flinch. The ball down in the dirt like that, he's not going to mess with it. Now, if it's a good pitch he can handle, he can catch it cleanly, he might take a shot at throwing him out.
These are the two top stolen base teams in the American League. Royals number 1, Rangers number 2. Kinsler fouls it off of his foot.
Royals have the Rangers by 14 stolen bases.
Murphy at third, Martin at second. 1-1 ball game, top of the 5th. Again, a great block by Perez on one that bounced about 2 feet in front of the plate.
But watch Salvi. He doesn't jump. He's not jittery. He's very quiet, very calm. He's got soft hands, and he's able to cradle it in front, even though it got more meat on his right hand. As he's looking at it, saying, that hurt. How tough you got to be.
A base is open, but the very hot Andrus is waiting on deck. Kinsler takes ball 4.
That's a pretty good walk there. You know Kinsler wants to knock those runs in.
And now their hottest Ranger will be coming up. Elvis Andrus missed 4 games with a stiff lower back a couple of weeks ago. And since he's come back, he has driven in 15 runs the last 13 games. He had 2 home runs against Tampa Bay. Strike 1. And he easily could be 2 for 2 in this one, if not for Bonifacio and Escobar. They have made brilliant plays to throw him out.
That just caught the bottom of the zone.
Strike 2.
There's some 94 on the outside part of the plate.
So he's gone with the breaking ball, now with the fastball.
Andrus, 7 for 16 with him loaded up this year.
Murphy, Martin, Kinsler. It gets away. Salvador is able to corral it, and Murphy does not advance. It hit something firm on the backstop and went right back to Perez. And if Murphy had broken, the Royals would have caught him.
Yeah, now that's a rare one that got between the legs of Salvi. That doesn't happen that often, but they were fortunate there as Salvi pushed the umpire Nelson out of the way. And ball bounced back, and Murphy really did a nice job at third base by reading that and staying home. Because they could have gotten him. Had he come home and then stopped, it would have got him in a rundown.
That's 2 straight batters, though. Santana has jumped in front, 0-2. Had Kinsler down 0-2, then walked him. Had Andrus down 0-2, and now has an even count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. He struck him out. Try pasta the Panera way. Live consciously, eat deliciously. And by Ford. See the new F-150 at your Midwest Ford dealer today. And by ATT U-Burst TV. Check availability at 1-800-PICK-ATT. Rethink possible. Full moon tonight here in Kansas City. A 1-1 ball game at the K. A packed house. And here is Martin Perez to face Alex Gordon for the third time. Gordon twice has grounded out to second baseman Ian Kinsler.
This kid's good. Watching him for the first time, you know, he reminds me of C.J. Wilson, the former Ranger. Has some similarities from the way he starts by facing the hitter and similar arm swings.
There's a little flare into shallow left field, but Murphy will be able to run it down. All right, we've got AT&T trivia question. There's Steve Busby, terrific pitcher for the Royals in the 1970s. Our AT&T trivia question: who are the 4 active pitchers to throw more than one no-hitter? Well, Buzz did it in his first 2 years for the Royals, and both were on the road. Danny Matthews and I were talking about his performances the other day, and had he not hurt his shoulder, I'm telling you what, he would have been really, really special. There's some video from his second no-hitter. Look at that high heat. It's like Jim Palmer.
Or he had a good pickoff move, too.
Yeah, the best. That's a strike, and Bonifacio is down 0-2. Emilio's been on twice, reached on a chop base hit that was not fielded cleanly by Beltre, given a hit, and he walked in the third. And again, he chops at a breaking ball and is able to roll it foul. Perez nearing that 80 pitch mark through 92. We told you in his last start, losing to Oakland, gave up just 3 runs in 6 1/3. Outside, 1-2. Royals offense looked like it was built better as soon as they moved Emilio to the 2 spot in between Alex Gordon and Eric Hosmer.
Yeah, you know, he solidified that spot. And that's been a spot that's been a swing spot for Ned. They weren't sure exactly who was going to stay in there. And you know, continuity in the lineup is important. Mainly for the players, the guys who show up every day to work. They want to know that when they come in, they don't have to look at the lineup card and see where they're hitting. And, you know, so managers, for the most part, try to keep the continuity the same in the first 5. But this year, you know, they didn't expect the offense to struggle like it did for the first half of the season. So he had to tinker. He had to try to find a combination that worked.
But the one thing Ned likes is he likes speed at the bottom, and he likes to have that almost 2 leadoff guys, and the Royals have always had that. Tonight they have Maxwell 8th, Escobar 9th before Alex Gordon comes up. And that's one reason I think Alex has 80 RBIs to lead the club. He has speed guys on. He's seeing a lot of good fastballs. Bonifacio knocks one into seats, foul. Well, he's challenged him. He was down 0-2. It's 3-2, and he's forcing young Martin Perez to throw a lot of pitches here to open the 6th inning, or bottom of the 5th inning. Making him work.
Yeah, but you know, Perez, he's using all of his pitches now. He's pretty confident in what he's doing.
Swing and a miss. He got him on strikes for the 2nd out. Hey fans, you've known for years that StubHub is a great place to find the seats you want to see the Royals in person. Now they've added StubHub fan rewards so you can earn a little extra with your tickets, like seat upgrades. So head to StubHub and get your Royals tickets today. Up the middle, and for the 58th time this year, Eric Hosmer has a multi-hit game. That leads the American League.
Okay, not surprised. Anything middle in, he's going to go right back up the middle or to left center field. Big hole on the up the middle. See how level his bat stays through that hitting zone. Got a chance to square the ball up with a level swing. With a lot more regularity.
We're going to take a look at that trivia question again, Hud. Who are the 4 active pitchers to throw more than one no-hitter?
All right.
Well, Justin Verlander certainly is one. And
okay. How about Mark Burley?
Mark Burley. That is off of the pitcher. It goes to the shortstop, and Andrus is not able to make the play. But if Perez does not knock that down, it fires into center field. And now both the trainer and Ron Washington, along with Mike Maddox, are going to come out to see if Perez is all right.
Hit him on his left elbow.
Oh, my.
That ball would have found a way up the middle, I'm sure.
Well, he's ready to go. Look at this. Tough kid.
Yeah. He's trying to protect himself. And Billy's able to get an infield hit. Typically, when the ball hits off the pitcher, you're going to get a hit. But if it glances, looks like he got a little bit of forearm instead of the elbow. He's getting back to the mound saying, you know what? Tape an aspirin on it. This is a big game. Anyway, Fizz, I think Mark Burley threw more than one no-hitter. Okay, he's got 2.
He's got 2, including that perfect game.
How about King Felix?
No, Verlander's got 2.
Felix does? Hernandez?
No, he's got the perfecto, but I don't think he's got 2.
How about Homer Bailey?
Well, let's save it because we got Mr. Clutch coming up. 360 average with runners in scoring position. That's second in the American League to Miguel Cabrera, who's batting .401. And we certainly have a clutch situation here with 2 on, 2 out. Strike 1.
He came right in there.
Good velocity, even though he was hit on that left elbow. Last fastball was 92. Hosmer with the lead at second. Blocked by Soto. No advance.
Well, Salvi's very calm, not jumpy at all. Very confident. You can tell with his body language. Watch him go back. He's going back, taking his hands back, but there's no jumping there. He's seeing the ball, and he wants to see one up, elevated. Pretty even game so far.
Another check swing and a ball low. One more pitch will match the total he threw in his last start against Oakland.
Soto's pointing to his head saying, all right, be smart here. But what's that mean? I mean, he's got to find a way to throw him a strike, but not down the middle.
Broken bat, line drive to Beltre. The Royals leave a pair. We head to the 6th inning here at Kauffman Stadium, tied at 1 with Texas and the Royals. And a terrific pitcher for the Royals back in the 70s. He's the subject of our trivia question. Who are the 4 active pitchers to throw more than 1 no-hitter? We mentioned Verlander, Burley, Homer Bailey has a
Roy
couple.
Halladay.
Roy Halladay had one in the postseason, and it is. We got him right. How about that?
It took us a while.
Irvin Santana will work the 6th inning. And he throws inside to Alex Rios. The fans have been on the edge of their seats. They know how big a series this is as Santana gets a swing and a miss on the slider. Royals came in 3 games back in the wild card with just 10 games to go. Two and 1. Rangers were able to take 2 of 4 from Tampa Bay in their match in St. Pete. High and deep to right center. Kane racing in the alley, but it's Maxwell to get there first and pull it down for out number 1.
You know, Rios hits that in Chicago. At U.S. Cellular, that's got a chance for a homer, but not here.
Tim Collins starting to warm in the Royals pen. Irvin Santana's only thrown 77 pitches, though. Beltre goes after the first offering. Big hop for Escobar, and he stays with it. What a night Esky has had defensively.
Staying focused on making the plays you can. And the ones that are special, they have the athleticism to do that. Look at how he's playing to pull. Escobar's over there to pull. Beltre hits one, and it hit a cleat mark. Took a hop up. You never can expect a perfect hop, especially when the field's been played on and there's been runners out there tearing the dirt up. That's also another reason why you're a good groundskeeper. The players, you go up in between pitches and you smooth the surface over, you can help yourself. You never know.
And Rex, you really have to give a tip of the cap to the Royal scouts. Look at this fine defensive play by Eric Hosmer.
Check your glove.
Dayton Moore told his scouts, go get me some athletes that can field in a big ballpark. They have. Good defense tonight. We are tied at 1.
back to St. Petersburg. It was 3-0 Rays, but the Orioles, 1 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th, and 1 here in the 7th on the Adam Jones double. We are deadlocked at 3 other scores. Cleveland 2-1 over Houston, rain delay in the 7th, and the Yankees have jumped out after an A-Rod grand slam, 5-1 over the Giants. Guys, with the Royals up, wanted to point out that the last time the Royals faced the Rangers back in late May, early June, that was the first day that Pedro Grifol joined the team. And talking to some of the guys in net about that today, he has really won them over as the hitting coach. Alex Gordon said it took some time to adjust to him and vice versa because of so many guys and being new, as just barely getting Lorenzo Cain there as Elvis Andrews. But Alex said Pedro Grifol knows exactly what to tell you to do. He's not afraid to tell you what you're doing wrong, and all of the guys buy into it. And Ned Yost saying that he is so prepared and he is so meticulous with all the details. And then one other really key point is that because he's bilingual, he really is able to connect with every single player on the team. They love what he is doing, guys.
Joel, you're absolutely right. And when you talk to him and you watch him talk to the players, he speaks with such conviction. I think he has future manager written all over him. Well, the 6th inning, fans, is our Sonic Slam inning. Our contestant is Larry Cook from Norborne, Missouri. If the Royals hit a home run in this inning, Larry will win $1,100. But if the Royals hit a grand slam out of the park, Larry will win $25,000 from Sonic and the Royals. How about some money for Larry? Down the line, and Moreland will get there just in front of Mike Moustakas.
Okay, back to the 2nd inning. We'll watch Maxwell. Okay, hits one with some topspin on it. Now he takes off, and he's heading there. And Martin in center field couldn't find the handle, so he got into second base and knocked in the Royals' only run to tie it. Back in the 2nd.
Both teams have had opportunities. Royals had a good one in the 5th inning with 2 out. Hosmer singled, Butler singled, and Perez broke his bat and lined out. The Rangers had the bases loaded in the 5th, but Santana struck out Elvis Andrus. Maxwell sends it down the line, foul. Justin knew it was going to go foul the entire time. He slowed up, kept the bat in his hand, and saw it twist and go foul.
Yeah, if you're at a baseball game and a guy hits one down the line, you're not sure. Watch the hitter. Go look back at the hitter, and he'll tell you whether he runs or not, if it's going to be fair or foul.
This likely will be Perez's last inning. They don't have him go much more than 100 at the age of 22. Want to take care of that talented arm. They do have 2 guys in the DL already in Colby Lewis and Matt Harrison. There's that quick slider at 82 that misses up and in. You say you hang one for Justin, who has big time power, 6'5", 220. When he gets the arms extended, we've seen him hit it a long way. In there, 2-2, 2 nasty breaking balls.
That looked down. He's not a little guy. Let's see. Wow. That's at the lowest
perfect pitch
part of the strike zone.
Came back with a heater.
And he was on it, just a tad behind it.
Both these teams with very good bullpens. The Royals have the lowest ERA in the American League. The Rangers have the 2nd lowest. Ball 3.
Okay, when Perez has been missing with his changeup, it's been down. Okay, and that's a good thing for him. But the Royals are spitting on it, and that's even better. But the ones that get hit out of the yard are the hangers, the ones that stay up in the zone.
He walks. 4th walk issued. And 2 of them have been when he has jumped in front. 0-2. Mike Maddox coming out for a visit as Perez will now face Escobar. Here's a situation, Rex, where Justin Maxwell is a good base stealer. And Justin has, with the Royals, he has stolen a couple of bases. He is 6 for 7 overall. Would you send him here with Escobar more of a singles hitter?
Well, yes, because Escobar doesn't strike out a lot. He makes good contact. So, you know, if Ned wants to move him, he could. I mean, I would feel pretty comfortable with Escobar hitting. If it was a swing and miss guy, you know, you're relying on Maxwell to steal the base outright.
Neil Cox is starting to warm up for Texas. I would imagine for Alex Gordon, if they get that far. Royals hope they have to. Escobar twice has hit the ball sharply, lining out and flying out to deep right center. A ball that Martin made a nice running catch in the alley.
Running obviously has been a theme for Ned Yost. Not as much early in the season as it has been in the second half. He's really freed up some of the guys to let him run.
Royals have not tried to steal yet. In there. They're shading Escobar towards right in the outfield, giving him a lot of room down the left field line.
Right, those sliders, though, coming in are easy to pull. Not that one. That changeup is a good location. You try to pull that, you're in trouble most of the time.
Oh, and he came too far inside on Escobar and hits him on the left arm.
Man, that almost sounded like it hit a bat. Oh, it was that pad. He's got a little pad right there. That's what that was, because that didn't sound like skin or flesh.
Will Ron Washington take him out and bring on Neil Kotz? Now he will come out of the dugout, and that was the last pitch that Perez will throw.
Okay, I didn't even know he wore a little pad, but I could hear that. And it didn't sound like a thud. And it's a good thing he's got that pad on there. Nice job by the young 22-year-old Perez against a really good hitting team, especially here. The Royals love it hitting at Decay.
Our Chevy call to the bullpen is a veteran lefty, Neil Kotz. in Texas and Kansas City and in St. Pete tonight. Tied at 3, top of the 7th inning. Baltimore's Danny Valencia with a sacrifice fly that scores Manny Machado. Baltimore leads Tampa Bay 4-3. Here, Alex Gordon. 0 for 3 against the left-hander Perez. Now will face the left-hander Neil Kotz, who has the lowest ERA in relief in the major leagues at 107. He has been incredible. A veteran at the age of 33 out of Lebanon, Illinois.
Yeah, what's impressive is he's only given up a 184 average against. Really good.
Runner goes, throw by Soto, and they got him. Justin Maxwell tossed out at third base.
Wow.
I'm not sure why they did that.
Well, not on the first pitch. Maybe see what the guy's got or something. There's no urgency there.
That's been the Royal mainstay all year long, and it certainly is the story tonight.
Yeah, the athletes that are out there are really special. They can do it all. They can jump. They got range. They got great arms. To go along with Irvin Santana. Struck him out with the bases loaded. Great game here.
Our Batterack College game summary. Pierzynski drove in the Texas run. Maxwell drove in the Royal run. The Royals have left 8 runners on base, although Maxwell tried to steal third, and we thought that was not a wise move with Alex Gordon at the plate, who has the most RBIs on the team. So we head to the 7th inning, tied at 1, and the bat will be Mitch Moreland. He's 0 for 2 with a pop-up and ground out. Good power, 23 home runs. That's a career high. Hit high in the air, playable for Kane. Lorenzo pulls it down for out number 1.
Okay, the end of the inning now. With 2 outs and your best hitter up, it's not advisable. And with the fact that that was Kotz's first pitch, and I'm sure that, you know, even if you faced a guy a lot and you know his move home and how quick he is at home, you got to at least measure him up. Let him throw 2 or 3 pitches, and that's a play you only attempt when you're 100% sure you can make it.
Soto now pops it up. And Irvin with a very quick 2 outs of the 7th inning for the Texas Rangers. Well, Irvin looking like the same guy who pitched against Texas back in June when he allowed 1 run in 7 innings, but received a no decision in that one. Moreland flies out. Soto pops up. The batter is David Murphy, who has lined out and doubled. Strike 1. second base. Boy, Irvin's smiling after this one. He barely broke a sweat. 1, 2, 3 go the Rangers in the 7th. Gordon will lead things off when we come back. Best deals on new Ford cars and trucks. Visit thoroughbredford.com. Sluggers ready to start cheering. The Rangers and Royals are tied at 1, but the Royals will send up the top of the order to face Neil Kotz, who has the lowest ERA in relief in club history. 1.07. The record is 1.57, set by Jim Kern back in 1979. Alex was at the plate when Maxwell was thrown out at third, so he'll lead things off. Then Bonifacio, and then Eric Hosmer.
Yep, Maxwell committed one of the greatest sins in baseball. Don't make the last out at third base, especially with your leading RBI hitter up. Anyway, turn the page on that. Kotz has got a fastball slider, and he locates. And he's firm.
For his penance, 5 Hail Marys and an act of contrition.
That's right. It's over. Move ahead.
Outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yep. Certainly, you know, the fact that Alex is hitting .315 with 8 of his 20 homers against lefties. He's seen left-handers like Neil Kotz before. As a matter of fact, Kotz's slider is a little shorter and tighter. It's not a big loopy breaking ball.
Alex will ground out to Kinsler for the 3rd time tonight. 1 down. Royals fans, be sure to catch all of the exciting action of the 2013 Major League Baseball postseason on Fox, TBS, and MLB Network, starting with the wild card on October 1st. It is going to be a blast. Right now, we told you 6 teams battling for the 2 wild card spots. The Royals 3 games back. Texas with the lead along with Tampa Bay. Last time we checked, the Rays were trailing Baltimore 4-3 in the 7th. And here is Bonifacio. Emilio has been on twice with a single and a walk. 2 balls and no strikes. Boy, this crowd just waiting for something big to happen. And Royals fans have been waiting since 1985 for their team to return to postseason. Bonifacio takes a strike. It's 2-1. Luke Hochaver starting to warm in the Royals pen.
That off day yesterday, everybody's arms are well rested out there. Sliders down.
He punches it to the left side. Beltre is there and wings it in time for the second out. Here is Eric Hosmer. Hosmer with a couple of hits, but both times he's been left stranded. He's singled in the first, singled in the fifth.
Gordon and Hosmer, two left-handed bats, have the best average against left-handers on the team.
In there, strike one.
Hosmer coming in 318. Center fielder Leonis Martin playing Hosmer to the off field, to the opposite field out there by plenty. Let's see where he is. He's way over there.
In there. Perfectly placed inside corner.
Yep, and that's why he's been so good this year. His command has been off the charts. And you know, when he came in with the White Sox, I liked his arm, man. He looked like he was going to be a perennial guy. But he's lost a little velocity, but he's picked it up in smarts, and he still can throw 92, 93 miles an hour, which is no bad fastball. It's still a good fastball.
Strikes out Hosmer, gets the Royals in order in the seventh. We head to the eighth in a 1-1 game at Kauffman Stadium. Trucks. Steve Physiak, Rex Hudler, Joe Goldberg, Jeff Montgomery with you at Kauffman Stadium. And these bands are enjoying a tight pitching duel between Santana and now the bullpen of Texas. Urban Santana will head to the hill for his eighth inning of work. He has allowed just one run. That run came in the second when Beltre singled, Pierzynski doubled, and that's been it. He's allowed only 2 hits since.
He has a manageable pitch count at 85. He's been getting some early count outs.
Facing number 9 and 1 and 2 hitters here in the eighth, Martin, Kinsler, Andrews. And Martin bunts, foul. Strike one. fans, baseball season isn't over yet, so don't forget to pick up the latest Royals gear at Rally House. Advantage Santana at 1-2. It was a big opportunity for Martin because of the loss of Josh Hamilton, who had played center field and the flanks in the past. They weren't sure if Gentry would grab it, Martin or Julio Bourbon. Martin has had a solid season, batting over 260, a guy with speed. And they believe when he matures, he'll have more power. He has hit 8 home runs this year. On his hands. "25 years old, out of Cuba. He defected to Mexico, and that's when he was able to make it to the States and sign with the Texas Rangers. He chases an off-speed pitch thrown by Santana, and that's a big first out of this 8th inning.
Yeah, but beautiful location. It started out about knee-high. Hitters unable to pick up the rotation, and then magically it disappears underneath the bat. So much easier to talk about than try to hit that, Biz. I can't tell you. It's amazing. You can't pick up the rotation. Certain pitches, hitters' eyes are so good, you can see the rotation and what he's trying to do to you. But sometimes you can't, especially when it's located down like that.
That may have been the first comment I heard from the Royals brass when I arrived at spring training this year. They said, "Have you seen Santana's slider?" And I go, "No." They said, "It's back." And it is a tight slider. You might remember the Royals watched him closely the last 2 months of the 2012 season as a member of the Angels when he pitched so well. Acquired him for a minor league pitcher by the name of Brandon Sisk, who did not make the Angels. And Santana obviously has been a workhorse for Kansas City, as he's now gone over 200 innings. The Royals with 2 starters this year. They didn't have any last year. They have 2 starters this year who have gone over 200 innings. James Shields and Urban Santana, and likely Jeremy Guthrie. There's a line drive base hit to left field by Kinsler.
Okay, and that's going to be it for
and so Ned Yost will make a pitching change. He will bring on Luke Hochaver. This is our Chevy call to the bullpen. Listen to the ovation for Urban Santana. Shakes all the way around. He goes 7 1/3 innings. Gives up 1 run so far because Andrus belongs to him. And the Sprint Unlimited answers question we asked earlier: what is the most impressive stat this season? 44% said Greg Holland. 43 saves and 46 opportunities. We must agree, because Ned Yost has said so many times, my job is to somehow get the ball to Greg Holland, and Hochevar will try and do that by keeping the Texas offense quiet.
Yep.
Speed at first with Kinsler, who has 15 stolen bases this year.
Yeah, but he's been caught 10 times too, so don't have a great percentage. Hochevar does pretty well getting the ball home. Cut fastballs, curveballs, 4 seamers.
Andrus was ready for his first pitch fastball and fouled it straight back. Elvis 0 for 3, but twice robbed of hits on terrific defensive plays by Bonifacio in the first, Escobar in the third, and then the biggest moment of the game, Santana struck him out with the bases loaded to end the 5th. Kinsler was leaning, and it was a close play, but Eric dropped the baseball. Elvis with a team high 31 RBIs since August 1st. Kinsler does not go, and Elvis takes outside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Salvador Perez this season's thrown out 20 of 62. Hochevar gets the ball home quickly in a good spot for Salvador.
Only the Royals have a better bullpen ERA than Texas.
He could gun him down.
Kinsler does not go, and the ball is struck to Moustakas, and they go to second. They get the force there, but the umpire at home plate said it was a foul ball. And quite frankly, I was expecting them to rule that, and I was looking at third base umpire Sam Holbrook, who made no indication because the ball had not gotten to the bag, and it was called by Jeff Nelson.
That's right, it's his call. However, Moose, he got it and threw it to second, and you know, it was a pretty gutsy play had it not been fouled, but he would have gotten it. Good try.
Hochevar has struck out 77 batters in 66 2/3 innings.
The outfield playing Andrus to the opposite field. Big gap in left center. It's because Hochevar is so strong with his fastball, and they're going to keep it away from him.
Kinsler has not gone yet. They might just wait until it's 3-2 if it gets that far.
Yeah, and Hochevar, he's been holding the same amount of time each delivery. He hasn't broken that up a little bit, so you can time a guy like that. He's been holding about 2-3 seconds. Now, if you mix in a quick one, a quick pitch here, and he tries to get a jump, he doesn't get a good jump at all. So the importance of mixing up your holds is really important. Perfect throw. Concentrate on that hitter. Don't even worry about Kinsler.
He goes, and then the ball is struck to the outfield rather shallow, so Kinsler will have to retrace his steps. Gordon makes the catch, and Ian back to first base. He broke about 3 steps and then put the brakes on.
Good pitch there by Hochevar. You know, and sometimes when a runner does that, I'm not saying it all the time, it'll distract the hitter and get him to swing at a pitch he normally wouldn't. So maybe that's what got Andrus to pop that up.
Hochevar's really been tough on right-handers this year. They're only batting .138, 15 hits and 109 at bats. Head-to-head, Rios has taken him deep once, but only 6 for 27 overall. Time called. Moustakas guarding the third base line. Kinsler does not go, and the pitch is waved at, and that was that good cut fastball that bends down and away from a right-handed batter.
Yeah, smart. Salvi's he's setting up on the outer half. He wants him to keep it away and out of his wheelhouse. Put anything in there.
Back with the same pitch, only this time it barely missed.
Gosh, you know what? That's a good spot. He's given some corners tonight, but not that time.
Rios good power, 17 home runs this year. In there at 96 miles an hour.
Okay, staying right where Salvi wants. And there it is. He got it that time.
Crowd of over 30,000 at the K tonight. Raises up out of their seats, imploring Hochevar to get the final strike of the 8th. Royals taking on a Texas Rangers team that has been to the postseason 3 straight years and came within 1 out of a world championship in 2010 against San Francisco, and 2011 against St. Louis. 1-1 score in the 8th. Go ahead run at first. Hosmer has it. Inning over. Job well done by Hochevar.
And Alex Rodriguez leads the Yankees to a victory over San Francisco. Cleveland, it's final after 7. Boy, hate to see that game called real quickly due to rain, but looking at the radar, there is rain coming for a long time tonight. So Cleveland wins it. Baltimore and Tampa right now tied up at 4 apiece. As for that moment, well, Alex Rodriguez, love him, hate him. Well, I don't know anybody that loves him. But that is his 24th career Grand Slam, most ever in the major leagues, breaking a tie with Lou Gehrig, guys.
Wow. He has had an impressive career. It has seen its share of ups and downs, but he is a fine player. Jason Frazier comes out of the bullpen, and he has been a remarkable addition for the Rangers this year. He has never been put in this situation until this season, and he's been one of their better setup men with a 2.56 ERA, and even better, an ERA under 2 his last 36 games. Billy chases a bad ball in the dirt.
Fastball, slider. Those are his 2 pitches, just like the lefty Neil Kotzik came in. But when you're a veteran and you've been around and you know how to change speeds, like that one there was a changeup. So he does have a changeup to go along with his fastball slider. When you locate like that, got some success. You know, Ned Yost has a fresh set of legs ready to pinch run for Billy if he can get on.
Soto has been sharing that catching role with A.J. Pierzynski. Frazier, not a big guy on the mound at 5'9". A veteran, though, who knows how to pitch. 35 years old, out of Chicago, Illinois. This is his 582nd Major League game.
He's only given up a 201 average to his opponents.
So Billy's gone from 0-2 to 2-2.
Okay, Billy wants to hit here, but he also knows that Frazier, being a veteran, does not want to give him a cookie or anything elevated that he can hit a homer. So he's going to try to execute down in the strike zone away from Billy. Going to try to get Billy to swing at his pitch. Got to wait for the mistake if it happens, because it does happen.
He almost quick pitched him, and it is fouled off. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, that was a borderline pitch, so Billy wanted to be hacking on that.
Billy looking for his first September home run. He has not hit a home run in September. His last big fly was August 27th at Minnesota against Ryan Presley, and that was an impressive shot that he drilled off of the Twins' right-hander. Swings and misses at one that goes 93 and strikes out. FansMLB.com at bat is celebrating 5 years as your #1 mobile app for live baseball. The At Bat app delivers Royals baseball with live audio, pitch tracking, stats, breaking news, and video highlights. Keep up with the daily drama of this year's pennant races by downloading At Bat now on your app store or text At Bat to 31826. Salvador Perez is up, and he swings at the first pitch, knocking it foul, strike 1. And Frazier jumping ahead of both Butler and Perez, 0-2.
So you're seeing how he's quick pitching. That's another way that he can disrupt the timing of the hitter. No runners on. Smart veteran right-hander. He's trying to sneak it in on him.
It appears that his fastball has a little late life to it, a little late hop.
He's putting it where he wants it. That's the main thing. At this level, these guys that come in for a short amount of time out of the bullpen, they're paid handsomely to locate and hit their spots.
One of the things that Frazier really does well now in his career is let the bad go. He gave up a walk-off home run in the 11th inning, losing at Cleveland on July 26th. Since that time, he's only allowed 14 base runners in the 58 batters he's faced since. Back-to-back strikeouts of two tough hitters, Butler and Perez, and Frazier looking really sharp in the bottom of the 8th inning.
In the Royals offense, they're getting a little taste of their own bullpen's medicine. Now these guys that are coming in don't have the velocity that Ned Yost's bullpen has, but they've got some veteran guys that know how to pitch down there.
Greg Holland warming for the 9th. There have been times Ned Yost will bring him in a tie game. Lorenzo Cain takes low.
He threw Billy Butler a first pitch changeup.
Cain is singled, struck out, grounded out. In there. 1 ball, 1 strike.
You know, you watch from that angle the way Frazier goes into his glove. He pulls it out there kind of like Holland does. Doesn't have it all the way in his glove, but he's got a little similarity there between that quick pitch there. That was up in the zone, but it was away from him. It's a good pitch to hit out of the yard.
In there, 2 balls, 2 strikes as he dropped the fastball in on the outside corner.
Perfect spot.
We told you Cleveland has beaten Houston 2-1, and the Yankees on Alex Rodriguez grand slam taking San Francisco 5-1. Cain fouls it off. It stays 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tampa Bay and Baltimore are tied at 4 now in the 9th inning of that game. And all of interest to Kansas City because the Royals came in 3 games back of Tampa Bay and Texas. And they were 2.5 games back of Cleveland, so currently they are 3 games back. Baltimore was 2 games off the pace. Three-2 count. Lefty Mike Moustakas is waiting on deck. The Rangers do not have a lefty up in their pen.
Frazier has not missed on the inner half at all. He's staying everything away. I mean, he's not even coming in there.
Cain chops one up the middle, past Kinsler into center field.
Okay, nice ball. He got some top spin on it. Yeah, There's a ball that was up, and that's the reason why Lorenzo was able to stay on top of that here. Got top spin on it. Now the reason why Ron Washington doesn't have a lefty up is because the lefties are only hitting 145 off of Frazier. No homers and 62 at bats. But you just never know. Moose looking for something that he can handle middle in.
And early this week, he was Mr. Clutch in that extra inning game to beat Seattle. Chance Ruffin, who was a star for the Texas Longhorns, tried to come inside on Moose, and he hit his first walk-off home run.
Well, a good gapper would be exciting. Let's see what can happen here.
Barely was able to get that slider on the inner half, and Moustakas, I do not believe, agrees with the call from home plate umpire Jeff Nelson. The reach that Soto had to go for it, man.
That was funky, though, Fizz. It looked like it got a little bit of the corner, I think.
Ball, one strike. We started this game with Irvin Santana against Martin Perez. Both pitched extremely well. Santana went 7 1/3 innings, giving up 1 run. Hochevar pitched very well in the 8th, stranding a runner, getting his 2 outs. Kane at first. Stock is trying to get him home. They chase Kane back, who does have 14 steals and 20 tries this year.
Now, so Rusty Kuntz is kind of talking to Lorenzo Kane over there, talking about times home, I'm sure. Anything at 1.3 seconds by the time Frazier breaks his hands and gets it to Soto, the catcher. Anything under that, you can't make it if he makes a good throw. Anything over it, and you've got a pretty good chance with a good jump.
A flare towards left, and it will be dropping. Kane read it beautifully and raced to third.
There's a jam shot and a little bit of life. And the bat stayed intact, didn't break it. And with Endress, the shortstop, playing loose to the pole side, that gave him that knock.
And David Lowe has moved to the on-deck circle to pinch hit for Justin Maxwell, so Mike Maddox will go out for a visit. Here is Kane making it to third. Rex, David Lowe has been impressive recently pinch hitting, and Pedro Grifol told him, you've got to go up there and be aggressive. You can't try and walk. And he had a pinch hit the other day and rifled a shot on the first pitch in the whole right field and drove in a run.
Yeah, that's the right approach for a pinch hitter, and David Lowe's his rookie season. In the National League, you pinch hit a lot more than you do in the American League. So he was 0 for 6 and had been very passive and not aggressive at all. And, you know, it's hard to hit with 2 strikes on you. When you pinch hit, you got 1 at bat. So you go up there, look at the hack, and you get it in.
Pedro said it's the toughest job in baseball.
Got that right. Look, I don't know if Pedro got to do that in the big leagues, but Fizz, I did a lot my share of pinch hitting. And I found out with the help of Hal McRae, who's my hitting coach, he said, look, you've got to gauge your swing on the pitcher's pitch, and you're not in the game until that happens. So the sooner you can swing, you're in the game, even if you miss.
You get 1 chance, usually against their best setup man or their closer.
And look at the numbers here. With runners in scoring position, this is where David Lowe has thrived all year.
4:05 with 2 out. Frazier got the first 2 Royals out. Good hitters, and Butler and Perez struck them both out. Then a seeing-eye single by Kane and a bloop base hit by Moustakas.
You know, Frazier has been throwing first pitch to every hitter in this inning off speed. Sometimes a changeup, sometimes a slider. So you can't always just go up there flailing with the first one, but be ready to hit if it's good. There it is. It's a breaking ball. So that's smart. Raffol probably told him the same thing. First pitches, he's been throwing breaking balls. You look for a zone on over.
Kane at third. Moustakas first. Another breaking ball, and this time a swing and a miss, and it's a 1-1 count. A crowd of over 30,000 has been into it since the first pitch. Santana to Kinsley. Lowe hasn't seen a fastball yet.
No, and he's not gonna. Frazier, he's got too much command with his off-speed pitches to give him a cookie in this type of ball game right here. So he's going to take advantage of Lowe being aggressive.
Three straight breaking balls.
Okay, now he's had him swinging on the last three pitches, so he's going to try to go a little bit more down and away, maybe. Maybe something out of the strike zone entirely to see if he can get Lowe to get an easy strikeout here and in the inning.
Opponents were batting just 165 over his last 28 games. And then base hits by Kane and Moustakas.
Be ready to advance if you're Lorenzo Kane at third on a wild pitch. Anything that bounces outside of the dirt circle.
Barely outside with a fastball. Eddie Rodriguez has been talking with Lorenzo Kane on where he wants him to get that secondary lead the way Beltre is stationed at third.
Good idea. Good spot there.
There's Eddie, number 14, who's been telling him he can get a little further off. Another breaking ball. Lowe is topped a couple off to the right side. Cleveland won. The Yankees won. Baltimore and Tampa Bay still tied at 4 in the 9th inning in St. Pete.
Frazier throwing some really good sliders to David Lowe.
Oh, man. Moustakas takes second base. They were giving it to him. Both the shortstop and second baseman stayed put. Ball 4, bases are loaded. Alcides Escobar is stepping up. And Ron Washington will make the move. Frazier looked fantastic against the first two Royals. Butler and Perez struck them both out. Then singles by Kane and Moustakas. And now David Lowe works a walk on what really was an amazing at-bat.
Tremendous plate appearance by David Lowe coming in off the bench. With a crowd here at the K, over 30,000 with their Hunt for Blue October. The crowd is chanting, and you're a young rookie hitter. You want to be the star. Great job of laying off of that.
Feliz with the bases loaded. Remarkable at bat by David Lowe to walk and load the bases.
All right, let's show you a little pitch by pitch here of this tremendous plate appearance, okay? First pitch, ball one. Now, next pitch was going away. That was a changeup. Another slider down. Lowe's doing all he can. Anything that's close, he's hacking. That was a good take. Okay, another good take on down. And there it was, a nice walk.
Now the veteran Neftali Feliz. He's only worked 4 2/3 scoreless innings in 5 games since being reinstated from the disabled list. Escobar takes outside, ball 1.
Okay, he's a fastball thrower. Now he can, before he was hurt even, could reach 99, maybe 100. He's got a curve and a changeup, but he's going to challenge Escobar with fastballs. Try to find a hole and then be a hero.
Feliz had Tommy John ligament replacement surgery on his right elbow August 1st, 2012. Even though it's a 2-0 count, you want Escobar to be aggressive?
Take a strike.
Really? What if it's
same situation
in your area?
Walk it.
He does, and it is outside, ball 3. Now I agree with you, sir. Ron Washington went away from Frazier. Went to Feliz, who used to be their closer. 43 saves in 2010. How about that? Escobar sees 4 straight wide ones. Kane scores the go-ahead, and our hunt for a blue October may continue.
Ball 4. When Ron Washington went to Feliz, with only 4 2/3 innings under his belt this year, I told you I think he's going to walk it, and you said, "Hud, Escobar don't walk."
He was only his 18.
Right, and I said I just got a feeling because he's wild. This kid, he hasn't pitched enough this year. And I believe he's going to walk him. And you laughed at me, and I didn't say anything, but ball 4 on 4 straight.
We'll see the lefty when we come back. In the bus. Well, it was Escobar with a bases loaded walk to break the 1-1 tie, and a crowd of over 30,000 enjoying this one at the K. Here's our Subway in-game box. Hosmer with his 58th multi-hit game of the year, but it was Lorenzo Cain and Cain's second hit of the game that started the 2-out rally on Texas. He singled, Moustakas singled, Lowe with a brilliant walk to load the bases, and Escobar walked on 4 pitches to break the 1-1 tie. And now we will see a pinch runner, Gerard Dyson, come on. That means Dyson likely will move to center field and Kane to right in the top of the 9th inning. But first things first, as Joseph Ortiz comes out of the bullpen to pitch to Alex Gordon, who has 2 grand slams already this year.
Fastball slider.
Oh, and he was jumping on the first fastball he saw and fouled it back.
Okay, not overpowered. Alex doesn't need to put one in the fountains. All he needs is a lousy single. Even if the bat dies a hero, that's all he wants. The Royals are 68-2 with the lead after 8 innings.
Moustakas third, Dyson second, Escobar first. Ortiz, not a big guy at 5'7", 175, 23 years old, out of Venezuela. He had a career 2.35 ERA in the minor leagues. And he took a walk-off loss on Wednesday at Tampa Bay in the 12th inning. Broken bat, roller to Kinsler, goes first base, inning over, but the Royals do play to run on the bases loaded walk by Escobar. Guess who's coming out of the Royal pen? You bet, number 56, Greg Holland, he with the 43 saves this year. It's Miller time, brought to you by Miller Lite. Alcides Escobar with great defense. But on offense, Alcides Escobar is not a guy who walks that often. He has been up 581 times this year, only 18 walks. We always praise his defense. But Rex, we don't talk about his patience that much.
Well, it's because he's a hacker, Fizz.
So here we go. Escobar back on defense. Holland in the game, trying to close out his 44th save this year. Beltre the batter, and Adrian takes strike one. It's a 1-1 count. He'll face the heart of the order, and Beltre, Pierzynski, and Moreland, all three good power hitters. Beltre is at 28 out. Foul back, 1-2. Holland, as you know, one of the great seasons in Royals history for a closer. A 1.31 ERA. An incredible 94 strikeouts in only 62 innings. Make it 95 strikeouts.
Excellent. Fans love it. Fastball mid to upper. Slider And split finger, very tough to tell. That looked like a split finger, and it wasn't. It was a slider. Only way you can tell is by the way he grips it, because the rotation's just really hard to pick up.
Now a tough out in Pierzynski. He doubled in, the only run of the game for Texas back in the second, plating Beltre, who had singled previously. Royals looking for win number 81. 1 ball, 1 strike. These Rangers know all about winning. They've made the playoffs the last 3 years. Last year they won 93. But they blew a 5-game lead with 9 games to go. And lost in a 1-game playoff to Baltimore. Two and one, and AJ is not a guy who walks very often. Only 11 walks for Pierzynski this year, and he's been up over 460 times. Two and two. And I think AJ was thinking fastball on a 2-1 count.
Yeah, he's guessing, which you can't. You have to look for his fastball and adjust. Try to lay off it. He's got a great one. He'll put it up out of the zone sometimes.
How he's able to get the bat on the baseball, I don't know.
He was fooled, but he kept his hands back, and he just wanted to foul it off and get a piece of it, and he did.
Great crowd tonight at the K. Better than 30,000. He struck him out. Time called as Mitch Moreland trying to dig in. He is 0 for 3. High in the air, center field. Dyson says he has it. He does, and the Royals just find another way to win.
The belief, the energy, feeding off the crowd at the K here in Game 1. Executed perfectly. Santana was marvelous. Get the ball to Holland.
The hunt for a blue October continues at Kauffman Stadium.
And they're now 69-2 with the lead after the 8th inning.
And that completes the Royals' 42nd come-from-behind victory this year. Only Texas has more, and Slugger is proudly parading that flag around the ballpark. Greg Holland nailed down his 44th save of the year. A couple of strikeouts and a 1-2-3 ninth.
And these players, they are feeding off of this frenzied crowd over 30,000 here at the Cave. Loving the energy and the execution. You just can't hit it. It's too nasty.
Well, you can crown this one just another Royals victory as Kansas City wins 2-1. And Joel Goldberg is with 2 of the stars.
All right, Fizz, thank you very much. Yes.